Hello, my friends. Welcome to my spiritual sanctuary. My name is Sandra. Welcome in, everyone. Come on in and have a seat for Feng Shui Friday. And it's going to be a good one this evening. I am going to be talking about the pathway to health and healing using the Feng Shui Bagua and also the chakra system together. So, it is Feng Shui Friday, so let's get started. I do want to talk just briefly about the full moon in Pisces we do have coming up on Monday. That is September 20th. So I think it's in the evening. I don't have the exact time, but I will be posting it, so look out for that. The full moon in Pisces is going to be a highlight for many of us because it brings all of the unconscious mind, body, and spirit to the surface. It's a water element sign. So if you have any Pisces placements in your chart, you may feel this Pisces full moon, and it may be a bit emotional for you and bringing a lot of things up to the surface to be healed. So just be careful that you are using this energy for clearing and cleansing, and do not try to mask the energy through other maybe self-destructive tendencies, but to really utilize this time wisely for renewal and rejuvenation and releasing all that no longer serves you, so that we can make way for the new that's coming when we go into the new moon again. We do have Mercury retrograde coming up on the 27th of September as well. So that is another time of reflection, review, reassessing, and not really jumping into new projects. So for this full moon in Pisces on Monday, September 20th, it would be a great idea for you to release all those things that are no longer serving you, and just keep those things in your life that you would like to really go deeper with, reflect on, review, reassess. Maybe even a project that you want to relook at again, or some kind of a creative project. Or maybe you're relooking at a relationship in your life. Or maybe there is something in your life that has come back again, because usually Mercury retrograde, that's what happens. Things come back again. So a lot of times we will relook at things from a newer perspective at that point, right? So if you do have any Pisces placements in your chart, then it would be helpful to know where those are to see where it will be affecting you the most, okay? So myself, I have a Pisces moon, so that brings up for me a lot of things that are coming as far as my intuition should be heightened. My psychic ability is heightened. My really depth of going within is heightened at this time. And so that may be for you too, depending on where it falls in your chart, okay? So a really interesting time. And it is a good time for health and healing. So great topic for this week. So I am sending out my email newsletter, and it has a video attached to it that I'm doing right here, right now with you. And it also goes into each chakra and how it is aligned on the Feng Shui Bagua for health and healing. Let me just give you a little backdrop of how I came up with this idea. In 2004, I had been studying for 5 years with a teacher, Carol Reitberger, who's a medical intuitive and has been a Hay House author, has written many books on health and healing. She has the ability to look at the human energy system, and because of a near-death experience that she had, her sight changed, and she was able to look at people's auras. She was able to diagnose where they have imbalances in their physical body and their emotional body, and also their spiritual body, emotional, mental, and physical body. So we have many different layers of the aura that's around us, in addition to our matter, our physical body. So it extends out, and you've heard of somebody's aura. You've heard of that before. So Carol has the ability to actually see what's going on and diagnose illness. And so she has a real gift for that. I had the pleasure and the great opportunity to study with Carol as well as the others in the class. I think there was about 35 of us that went through the whole 5 years with Carol. And I was lucky enough to study and get my master's with her in intuitive diagnostics, and then a PhD in esoteric philosophy and medical intuition. So I am an expert in the field of energy medicine and also the energy bodies. And so that's why I talk so much about mind, body, and spirit. So at the time I graduated in 2004, I had to write a thesis paper, and I had been doing Feng Shui design for about 4 years and had been certified in the year 2000. So what I decided to do for my thesis was to combine my to combine everything together and to look at the chakra system and how that energy was affecting the Feng Shui Bagua, because as we know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And based upon my experience with Feng Shui in a person's environment, seeing that reflection of the self in their life and the 9 life areas, I knew that there was a direct correlation between the chakra system and what I was helping people with in their homes. So I began to map it, okay, as I was doing consultations. And so this was an extensive study I did. And I'm not going to go into it too deep today because, of course, this is just a Feng Shui Friday. However, I want to just kind of give you a rundown of what each chakra is and where it is placed in the Bagua. So let's start with the first chakra, okay? The first chakra in the human energy system, the body, is at the base of the spine, and it is our survival chakra. It is our tribe, our families of origins. It is our basics of life, the physical aspect of our being and the human ego, okay? And if you've studied the chakra systems, you probably know even more. That's just kind of an overview of the first chakra. So when I mapped it into a person's space, I mapped it to the wealth, prosperity, and abundance area because there's a direct correlation between the first chakra and the wealth, prosperity, and abundance a person has in their life, okay? So that is in the southeast sector of the home or the office. So if you have any first chakra issues that you're dealing with, then that is the area that you need to work in your home, okay? Making adjustments and balancing things out, and a whole plethora of things come into play at that point, okay? The second chakra, which is the relationship sex chakra, is all about relationships and the emotional side and the emotional being of somebody, okay? That is our sex organs also as well, fertility, babies, and it represents all of the sexual organs, okay? But it's most importantly the relationship area and our emotional aspect to other people in our lives. So when I was doing my mapping, I correlated the second chakra to the family and ancestors area because, after all, our family is our relationships It's our fertility. Making a family is also has to do with the sexual organs when you're having babies and growing families. And it's our ancestors, it's our lineage, it's our relationships with our lineage and the people in our lives that have come before us. That is the reason why we're here. So that's in the east sector of your home or office. So if you're having any second chakra, emotional issues, or sexual issues, then that is where I would work in the home to balance out all of that energy. And we move on to the third chakra. The third chakra, of course, is the personal will. It is the solar plexus, right? That's our will, our divine will. It's our action. And so it drives us forward to new beginnings. So I associated the third chakra of the will, the divine will, with the life path and career area, because that's our action, that's our will to go and do and be active in our professions. And it drives us in our will to be better for others, to help others. It's working with the external world and having our will done, as well as helping others in their environments, in their sectors, their lives, so to speak, right? So the third chakra is the north sector, okay? It's the north sector. And so the north sector of your home or office is going to be the life path and career area. So, okay. Now let's go even move forward to the fourth chakra. Now the fourth chakra, of course, we know is the heart center, right? That is the step between the head and our first chakra. And that is where everything filters through, is the heart. The heart is everything as far as where we're going to be spending our time, right? What do we love? Who do we love? Why do we love? How do we love? You know, all of those questions. So the fourth chakra is probably the most important chakra of all, and that is in the relationship and marriage area, the southwest sector of the home or office. Okay, relationships and marriage. Because of course, when we have relationships or we're in a marriage or a partnership, our heart is so important, because that's how we move through our relationships, is with our heart. Okay. So I mapped it out to be the southwest sector. The fifth chakra is the throat chakra. The fifth chakra, the throat chakra, is the speaking ability of communication, communicating your truth, communicating everything as far as your world moves, breathes, and getting your needs met, wants met, is through communication. Speaking your truth, right? A lot of times people will have trouble with their throats if they have a blockage there, like they can't speak, they can't talk to somebody about something, or they need to say something but they don't know how to say it, okay? Sometimes there's a blockage there. So the fifth chakra I have mapped out as the creativity and children area. And the reason I made it the west sector is because everything that is creative that comes from us comes through our communication. We are creating communication on a daily basis, whether we know it or not. And a lot of that communication comes through from our conditioning as children. The way we have moved through life from age 1, from our birth until the age 7 is our conditioning period. And a lot of the way we move through life, those traits and our personalities are set in stone at that particular time, and then we grow and evolve and change over time. But that childlike part of us, in order to keep us evolving and be happy and be in joy in our bliss, we have to be working with that inner child. So communication is so important when we're working with the inner child. And the fifth chakra is all about speaking truth. And isn't it so that children always speak truth? They don't know anything different than truth until they get old enough to know that they can tell little white lies and get away with things, right? But most children will speak from truth. So I equated it to the west sector, okay? Now, the sixth chakra is the third eye. Okay, it's equated as the third eye, and that is our intuition, the all-seeing eye. It's our wisdom, it's our education, and our self-knowledge all comes from the sixth chakra. So I mapped it in the northeast sector of the home or the business. So if you want to work with your intuition or your all-seeingness, you need to work with your wisdom, educating yourself, and your self-knowledge. Okay, what are you helping yourself to receive through your intuition, the all-knowing, seeing eye? Okay, so the sixth chakra is in the northeast sector of the home or the business. The seventh chakra is the crown. The crown chakra is our divine conduit to the divine. That I mapped out as the south sector of the fame, reputation, and the spirituality center. Because that spirituality enlightenment area comes from the divine. And the way the world sees us and the way we see the world is through the eyes and the lens of the Creator. And therefore, our reputation is the result of how we move through life. So the south is the seventh chakra, where the divine enters all the physical chakras to align them. So if you need to have any help with your spirituality or your enlightenment or fame, the way you see the world, the way the world sees you, or your reputation, then I would suggest working in the south sector. Now, those are all the physical chakras, but when you're a medical intuitive, there's more than just 7, okay? And you may have heard of more. So there's 8 through 13. Of course, there's more, but I'm just going to go through 8 through 13. The 8th chakra is the helpful people, benefactors, travel area. It is in the northwest. And the 8th chakra, I'm going to actually read it to you because I want to make sure that you understand exactly what the 8th chakra is and where it's located. And this is all taken from my teacher, Carol Reitberger. She calls them the 6 ethereal chakras of the evolutionary process. And so the 8th chakra is energetically located 3 to 6 inches off of the left side of the crown of the head, over here. Okay? The 8th chakra. And what Carol says is the ancients believed that the energy of the 8th chakra was our Akashic Records, and that it is used the world of archetypes to reveal where we are in our evolutionary process. The 8th chakra is responsible for helping us remember our purpose in life, and its energy influences both the people and experiences we attract that can support us on all our journey of self-discovery. When the energy of the third chakra frequency, to include the higher frequencies of the sixth and the eighth, they all become an integral part of our mental functioning. So because of that reason, I assigned it the helpful people, benefactors, and travel area, because those are the people that come in to help us in our lives. And those can be people from the 5D world as well. Angels, spirit guides, archangels, the divine, ancestors, anybody that's in spirit that comes in to help us. We astral project to different galaxies and places while we're sleeping, and so therefore that would also be included in the 8th chakra. It is our Akashic Records, and it is our Akashic Records are every lifetime we've ever had and lessons we've learned. So we bring all of that knowledge back in, and we attract people and benefactors and travel that replicate those lifetimes. So the 8th chakra is very important. Now, the way I mapped chakra 9 through 13, because there's 9 sectors of the Feng Shui Bagua, is I took 9 through 13 and I lumped them all together into the center of the Tai Chi, the center of the Bagua, the center of the home or the business. And that is the health and the overall well-being. Because health and overall well-being comes from our energy source first, and then manifests into the physical. When our health and our overall well-being is in balance, so is the other sectors. They're not out of alignment. When you have your health, you have everything. So the energy that comes through the center sector is the 9th chakra, and that is energetically located 3 to 6 inches off the right side of the crown chakra. So 3 to 6 inches on the right side. And this chakra is the source of unlimited knowledge. This information helps us to understand the meaning of things and provides us with a sense of inner knowing that at times can be difficult to explain. It's those nudges that come in and we don't know why we know, we just know, right? They're coming from outside our awareness of our 3D world, and this is a different dimension, and that information just flows right in. And once we learn how to develop the thinking skills of our right hemisphere and become comfortable with using our intuition, our way of collecting information and making decisions dramatically changes, and so does our reality. Amazing stuff, right? So if you want to work with that energy, that's the center of your home and your business. Now, let's look at the 10th chakra. The 10th chakra is located right above the crown of the head and energetically forms a funnel-like vortex of energy. And this funnel acts as a transducer, so the energy of the universe can communicate with all the chakras in our body. The sacred circuitry system is what they called it in the ancient times. The mystics believe that the 10th chakra is our kundalini energy, our fire. That's what gets us going, right? And with this channel of light flows the 13 vibrational frequencies associated with 13 chakras of the sacred circuitry system. We experience this chakra through strong feelings of appreciation and gratitude. And physically, we feel its presence by experiencing goosebumps and shudders throughout our body. So have you ever had that experience where you heard something, or you said something, or you saw somebody? And I know for myself, when I do my readings sometimes, and in fact, this just happened to me last week. I was doing a reading for a woman, a tarot card reading, and I said something to her that the cards were sharing with me, and I got the goosebumps. I just started shivering. I'm like, I know I'm right, because I'm connecting on a different level. That is the 10th chakra, okay? You're connecting with the 10th chakra. Let's move on to the 11th chakra. And the 11th chakra energy forms a spiraling vortex of light that can be found above the left shoulder. So the left shoulder. And its energy flows through to the 4th chakra, to the heart. And this chakra energy represents the divine love we have for ourselves and all living things. We look inside to find our talents that make us unique. We seek to discover our true, authentic selves through this chakra. And we acknowledge the need to set healthy boundaries. And we show ourselves the same compassion, tolerance, and patience that we do others. We know in our hearts there's much more than meets the eye, and that through introspection, we are able to find meaning in our life, in our experiences. And that is why meditation is so important. So the energy of the 11th chakra, which is right over the left shoulder, energizes and replenishes the 4th chakra, our heart. Should it become depleted, and adds synchronicity back into the chakra system if we find ourselves feeling pulled between the lower dimensions and the higher dimensions of consciousness. We merge the energy of this chakra with the heart, the light of the 4th and the 11th chakra. We merge them together, and those colors we can see more vivid. Our hearing becomes sharper, what we taste is more delicious, what we smell is more fragrant, and our touch becomes more sensitive. So we can visually see the 11th chakra filtering into our 4th chakra. A lot of times when we work on our energy system, even through acupuncture or energy work, Reiki, let's say, we are done with a session and we walk outside and everything seems brighter. The colors are brighter, right? I can smell better. I smell everything now. Everything is enhanced and heightened with the 11th chakra when it's merged with the 4th. That is in the center of the Bagua as well. Okay, and the 12th chakra? The energy of the 12th chakra forms a pyramid-shaped vortex of light that can be found over the right shoulder, right? On the right side of the body. The pyramid symbolizes the connection between body, mind, and spirit, and reminds us that in order to remain healthy energetically, mentally, and physically, we must come from balance between the three. The energy of the 12th chakra increases our awareness of the need to care for the body and the mind and its innate intelligence, and knows that without good physical and mental health, the sacred circuitry system cannot function properly. So balance is everything, and that's why I put the 9th through 13th chakra in the middle of the Tai Chi, where there's a balance, right? The overall well-being. So if we're working with balance, we are working in the center of the Bagua, the center of our homes, the center of our businesses. Now the 13th and the very last chakra, the 13th chakra's energy swirls around the crown of the head. and flows through the channel of light formed by the 10th chakra, and then exists out through the bottoms of our feet. So that's the swirling energy that comes from the divine, combines with the 10th and the 7th chakra, and it goes straight down to our feet into the ground. So imagine that when you're doing your meditation, bringing in the 13th chakra all the way in, all the way down to the bottom of your feet, and really grounding the energy. Its energy allows us to merge ourselves with the energy of the universe for the purpose of finding out who we are and what we are to accomplish in this lifetime. The energy of the 13th chakra holds within it the holographic matrix, which matches the same one found in every cell of your body. Wow. The energy of the 13th chakra is believed to offer us the opportunity to experience wisdom without boundaries. I love that. And the 13th energy initiates the human desire for personal and spiritual growth. So, there you have it. I'm going to be real brief. Of course, I have a lot more to share on that topic, and you know what? I may even do some classes on that. So, look out for that. To work with the different chakras and the Bagua, because when we are working on the inside, working on the outside, working with the energy system and the energy of our spaces, huge results can happen. Huge results. So I know that my clients loved when I was working with them with these tools, and I know you will love them as well. So I just wanted to briefly go over that this evening. Of course, it spent 5 years learning a lot of this, more than that, 10 years. And I've been experiencing it myself for 25 years or more. So when I talk to you about these things, that I want you to understand that a lot of this information comes from ancient knowledge. This isn't something that's new age, new wave, and it's something that has been carried down through the ages. It's a wisdom and a knowledge that not everybody has access to. And we are so blessed. I am so blessed to be able to work with teachers, master teachers, and be able to practice with individuals and learn this information to better everyone's life for health and healing. Because with these tools, we can heal our lives. We can heal every aspect of our lives. This is when we find that there is instantaneous healings that occur because we're working on an energetic, holistic level, not just the physical. So great things can happen as a result. And I wanted to share that with you because it means so much to me to do this work and to teach and pass it along to you. So, well, we're already at 33 minutes, but I always pick a card for you guys. So let's see, I'll just quickly shuffle and pick a few cards to see what the message Spirit wants to say this week. And we have Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel says, "Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and your mind." Archangel Uriel. Yeah, and I posted a prayer on forgiveness. So if you are experiencing any anger or unforgiveness, Archangel Uriel is the archangel that you need to be working with and you can bring Archangel Uriel in through the chakra system to work with you right by your side. We get the healing card, right? Because we're talking about healing. How fitting is that? Saint Padre Pio, one of the great healers from Brazil. Healing. Everybody's getting a healing tonight with this information. And last but not least, don't compromise. Don't compromise your health and your healing. Saint Agnes of Rome, Italy, one of my favorite places. So, don't compromise your health. If you have your health, you have everything. Nothing else matters if you don't have your health. Don't compromise your healing. Everybody needs to heal right now. This is a very important time for that. So don't compromise on that, okay? Don't compromise on your healing, and work with Archangel Uriel. That's all I have for you today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, I didn't say, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're coming back, thanks so much for stopping in. If you want to reach me for a private session, you can reach me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com. Just email me and I'll get you scheduled in my calendar. You can read all about me at myspiritualsanctuary.com and all the things that I do. And I think that's it. So have a wonderful week ahead. Enjoy that Pisces moon coming up. And until we meet again, my friends, namaste.